Yes, good morning, everyone, and a warm welcome to everyone who's present today on this weekend. And thank you so much for all participating in this inspirational leadership lab by ISSM Business School. And today we are all gathered here to interact with one Mr. Naresh Kumar, who is here. And I would like to welcome him first of all. Hello, Mr. Naresh. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you. Thank you so
Thank you.
much.
Thank you so much for participating in this inspirational leadership lab. And the day is going to be very, very different. And we have gone through your profile, such an inspirational one. We would like to live that kind of profile, but definitely our time and the situation will not permit us. But we can even cherish those moments where what you have traveled. I've even gone through your YouTube things and all those things. So even in that profile, I have seen some beautiful things. To be frank, I've got jealous of your lifestyle, like how you have been
Yeah.
traveling all these areas. So everyone's dream life is to be like this, and hopefully, at least some days I should start traveling nowadays. And travel is the one sole partner where we can even understand ourselves. So
Exactly.
I will not say in front of you that I'm a traveler, but still I'm a goody traveler. So I used to travel a bit and I explore things a lot. But
Mhm.
comparing to you, I've done so much of things, and that too with the social cost. Traveling for ourselves is different, but traveling for others is very, very different. When you look up upon the society and you have worked a lot for the society, and we would like to congratulate and for all your future endeavors. And you are such an inspiration to all the youths here. And thank you so much for coming and inspiring us. And so, guys, I would like to introduce our chief guest now. He's Mr. Naresh. He has bicycled from India to Germany, almost like 8,646 kilometers, to attend a Rotary convention in Hamburg. So he was raising awareness and funds for victims of human trafficking. So this is one of the greatest thing I've ever heard. Like for human trafficking, you need to create an awareness, and you've got a wonderful idea, Mr. Naresh. And he is also the first Indian to run from the top to bottom of New Zealand with any supporting, that is with unsupported things. He has ran about like 3,000 kilometers in winter in only sandals without any supportings. He has done this one, and he is the first Indian national to cycle across Australia solo and unsupported from Perth to Sydney.
Certainly, yeah.
The distance was about like 5,700 kilometers in 24 days, averaging 240 kilometers per day. Guys, can you able to hear
Mhm.
it? 240 kilometers per day is such a huge win. And he is the first Indian to complete the world's toughest mountain bicycle race in Kyrgyzstan, covering 1,710 kilometers with 94,000 feet of climbing it. Um, awesome. You have no words to express it. Fine. And these are the some of the few glimpses where I've told about Mr. Naresh long distance human powered expedition, and he has raised over 1 crore for various NGOs around the world to help the victims of sex trafficking and bonded labor slavery. I'm underlining this word, 1 crore rupees for across the globe. It's not only for the country where we live, it's for across the globe. So yes, and his expeditions made it to Asia Book of Records, India Book of Records, and International Book of Records as well. And a Chennai native guy uh, turned into a global trotter. So he goes to an extreme missions carrying the message of kindness and inspire people to join hands with him to end slavery now. So whatever the missions which we are into, what the missions I have personally, if you take me, I would like to reduce my weight. But after seeing Naresh's profile, I thought of buying a new bicycle and starting my sessions from tomorrow morning or even by today evening. So much of inspirations I've got through your profile. Thank you so much, Mr. Naresh, for coming, and you're going to inspire a lot of people from ISSM Business School, and almost many of the people from outside was also gathered here. So it's going to be a lovely session. And on behalf of our college chairman, on behalf of our college director, Dr. Parkavi ma'am, on behalf of our director, Rahul Ramachandran, and behalf of our students, we welcome you all once again for the
Thank you.
Inspirational Leadership Lab. Thank you so much for coming. Over to you.
Thank you. Thank you. Very kind words. Thank you so much. Thanks for the kind introduction, and thank you for having me. And excuse my appearance. I haven't slept in like 20 hours. There's been some work stuff that I've been working on nonstop. But so yeah, good to be here. Without any delay, I'm just gonna start my screen. But as I'm doing that, I'm just gonna now, when the topic came, how to use passion to drive the success, I was just thinking, passion is such a. Before that, can you guys see my screen?
Yeah, now we got your presentation.
Okay, cool. Um, anyway, that's my picture. That's me sitting in the edge of a big mountain in Yosemite National Park. And that's where people go to do base jumping and stuff. So wherever I'm sitting, if I fall, I think it's 4,000 feet straight down to the valley. So yeah, when this presentation topic came, I was just thinking, what is passion? How do you define passion? Because these words are overused these days. Passion, dream, goals. All motivational speakers, they all give this. By the way, don't consider this as a motivational talk. I'm just here to share my stories and life lessons that I learned in the mountains and the open road. But following your passion is good, but in order to drive it to success, there's a lot more things that you need to make it successful. Passion is that really good desire that you have towards something that you want to do. It's like passion for mountain climbing. But when you say dreams, dreams can be unrealistic, and also dreams are very easy. Anyone can dream, right? You can just sit in the couch and think about, oh, I want this, I want that, I want to go here, I want to build this, I want to start this, I want to do this. But you know what? Dreaming is the most easiest part. Anyone can dream. It's easy to do it. But it's also easy to have passion towards something because passion is short lived. I'm passionate about this, I'm passionate about that. But when you want to do something over and over and over again, putting all the sacrifices, that's when your dreams and passions and everything becomes good. And success is something you don't have to go after. When you're doing something that you really love to do, passionately, putting all the hard work and sacrifices, success is inevitable. It will come. But one of the main thing is resilience, right? Without resilience, you can't do anything. If you think about it, no one has ever started something and they achieved it right away. Take for example, like Bill Gates or Mark Zuckerberg, anyone for that matter, any successful people that you know. The first thing that you have to learn is to accept failure because failure is a part of pursuing that dream, pursuing that passion to become success. Failure is inevitable. No matter how prepared you are, you will be hit with something that you never thought existed. And then what defines who you are as a person is the word called resilience. Resilience, that's what the definition is: the capacity to recover quickly from difficulties or toughness. No matter how many times you fall, how many times you constantly get up. That's what resilience is all about. I'll ask you guys a question. How many of you learned to ride a bicycle the very first time when you sat on the bicycle? The very first time. You sit on it and then you are just going. No one, right? Every one of us, when we started to learn to ride bicycle, the first thing we did is we fall. And we fall so many times. And have we ever threw the bicycle off saying, nope, I'm never going to get on the bicycle again? We try, we get up, whatever injuries we have, we push it off and we sit on the bicycle. But that practice and determination every single day. And the success in this case is the joy of one day you look behind, no one is holding your bicycle seat, and you're riding the bicycle all by yourself. And then you are like, wow, this is something amazing. I can do this thing. So that's what is really important, resilience. And you have power over your mind, and it's not outside events. Everything that you need to accomplish is inside you, or it is something that you can build. You don't need anything else. And this is something that's really important. A challenge can be a real challenge unless there's a possibility of failure. Don't set yourself goal that is way less and achieve it. It was the point in just doing something that you know you can do it. Always set yourself challenges that will have a huge part or probability of failure to it. Attempt something that you know for sure there is a chance that you will fail. Only then you can call it a real challenge, because unless there's a possibility of failure in doing something, what is the point of you in doing something, right? And also, like, you have to be relentless. It's not just enough to be resilient, but you have to be totally and completely relentless. In this case, it's not like anyone asking you to be good. Your parents, your professors, your friends, they shouldn't be forcing you to be something better. You should ask it from yourself, thinking, okay, I've done this, I've been there, I've done that. What more can I do? What more things that is there inside me that I don't know exist, that if I tap into that potential, that I can do something. And you can always like do more than what you think you can. So, like Ranjit was telling, this was my last adventure that I completed. So, preparation is everything. The plan is nothing. Everyone can have a plan. You want to build a house, all it takes is what, a piece of paper and a graphite pencil, and you can just draw and you can say, okay, this is done. I can make a plan. But in order to build a house, what does it take? It takes a lot more than just like preparation, right? Preparation is everything. So, whatever the adventure that Mr. Ranjit said, this is my journey. I'm gonna play this video. See if you can see this. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, sorry. So I started in India, in Chennai, and then from Chennai I bicycled all the way through Bangalore and went to Mumbai. I was waiting for my Pakistan visa, but I didn't get it. So I was just wondering what to do. But then I went to Iranian embassy and got my Iran visa, and then I flew from Bombay to Muscat, and from Muscat I bicycled across into Dubai, into Sharjah, and there I got into a container ship to cross the Gulf of Persia into Iran, and from Iran I went into Tehran, into Turkey, and cycled across Turkey into Istanbul, and Istanbul into Eastern Europe, like Bulgaria, Serbia, Austria, Greece, eventually going all the way to the very north of Europe, finishing in Hamburg, Germany. Guys, I mean, this video, you just saw it in 30 seconds, less than a 30-second video. But this journey took me on the road 74 days to cover 8,646 kilometers. It was totally equivalent to climbing the Mount Everest almost like 8 times. That's how much of elevation I have to climb. And again, like I said, the preparation is the key. What you saw for 30 seconds, it took me nearly 7 months of planning and preparation. Logistics, visa, bicycle, clothes, shelter, tent, and raising some funds for sponsorship. Also, preparation for mental and physical. Working out every day, keeping your mental toughness and your physical toughness. So that's what it takes. It looks awesome on the video right now when I look at it, that I can say in the world map where I started and where I went. But like I said, it's not just enough to have a dream and be passionate about it, but you need to put in a lot of hard work, which means you have to sacrifice a lot, and you have to be resilient, and you have to demand more from what you can really do. So you can think like, where did I sleep? What did I do? I had no support, like he was explaining, zero support. I am completely self-reliant. I have everything I need on my bicycle. So these are some of the places that I sleep on the way. This was my first day in Greece, where I got into Greece at 7 in the evening and I didn't know where to go. So I just pitched a tent on the side of a river and locked up my bicycle to a tree, and I just slept there. And again, when I said, like, you can only plan for so much, there are so many unknowns that will come and hit you that you have never prepared for. but that's when you have to be resilient and mentally tough. So this was in Turkey, in one of the biggest mountain that I was climbing, and it was supposed to be all black. It was supposed to be summer, but that year, last year, when I was going through that mountain, they had historic snow and extreme winter conditions. There was 40 feet of snow when I got to the top of the mountain. But again, what can you do when you see the sky, when a storm is rolling and you see these big clouds? Either you can give an excuse and walk away, or you just roll your sleeves and put on the best fight possible. Whatever it takes, that you have to be relentless and you have to push forward. And so many storms, so many places, so much of rain. Those are the things that you can't prepare and plan. So it's always good to have plan A, plan B, plan C. You know you where you're starting and you know your destination. The path is not going to be straight, right? We learned in mathematics, the path between two points is a straight line. But unfortunately, life is not like that. There's never an easy, short, straight line. So no matter what happens, what block comes through, you have to navigate around it, which means sometimes it's changing our plans as well. So these are some of the places that I've slept. I remember this place when this was in Iran on the third day of Iran when a storm rolled in, 140 kilometers per hour winds, lightning and thunder everywhere. I just walked away from the road, pitched a tent, and I slept there. I didn't even sleep that night. I was just sitting inside the tent, hoping the storm would just go through. But you know what? Your dreams are not just your dreams. Your passions is not just your passion. There is a collective effort. Apple, Steve Jobs didn't start his company just by himself. He had a lot of people to help him. Every single successful guy we have, right? All the big people like Gandhi, Mahendra Singh Dhoni, any actor, anyone you take, no one accomplishes their dream and passion all by themselves. Everyone is helped by some people. And also, there's a responsibility that we have to help someone. So always provide a helping hand to anyone in need, especially the ones in need now, especially more than ever. So this was a family that helped me, gave me a place to sleep, and took care of me. But the beauty is, they don't even know who I am. They all speak Iranian, Persian. So I couldn't even speak their language. I had no technology, no cell phone reception. The family saw me cycling, and the first thing they said was they showed the house and asked me to come inside. So I went inside and I stayed there. We didn't even speak the same language, but I showered, cleaned up my clothes, ate the best meal of my life, slept there. And the next day morning, one of the family member, he cycled with me, and they also gave like a big donation for a cause. So humanity is beautiful. It's not all as bad as what we think it is. And also, it's all about helping one another. That's the only way you can be successful in whatever you are doing. And these are some of my friends that I met along the way. I made friends, uh, Persians, Afghanis, Iraqi, Iranian, Turkish people, everyone. And the biggest lesson that I learned is the most poor people were the most richest and generous people. They gave everything. Sometimes even their food, they gave it to me. If it is raining outside, they said, "Don't worry, just come inside and stay with us." No one ever said, "Oh, there's only one room, we don't have any place." They always made place for me, and that's the only way I could finish this expedition. So many families sharing their meal with me, and so many kids sharing the joy and happiness with me. This was a beautiful adventure in Turkey when I got stuck in a crazy rain one time, and then this old gentleman took me home, and that's his bedroom. There was a small bed with like one bench. He just made my bed, and stayed that night, ate, slept. He cycled with me the next day, and also gave like a big donation. So yeah, this was how I traveled, completely self-reliant, self-sufficient, and this was one of the most iconic day of my life, I would say, because my expedition, I called it intercontinental tandem bicycle adventure. Intercontinental because we are going to go from Asia to Europe, and this was the day I was going from Asia side to the European side. So I'm Istanbul in Turkey. Istanbul is the only city in the world that is spread between two continents. So if you go to Istanbul, they'll ask you, are you on the Asian side or the European side? So I was standing on the Asian side, in a way indirectly connected still to our mother country, India. And then once I cross the Bosphorus Strait, the river, I will be on the other side and I'll be on the European side. And it was such a beautiful sunset that day, just sitting and watching, thinking about the distance that I've covered, all the people that I've helped to help so many other people. So I think, every other time, every now and then, we should look back and see what we have accomplished and give a pat on our back, thinking that we have done something good. It's always good to reach a specific milestone and congratulate ourselves and have a little bit of celebration and motivate ourselves to keep going. I'll play the video later. So eventually, I made it to Germany, crossing 13 countries across two continents, 8,646 kilometers, cycling for 74 days. But the beauty of the journey is 180 people from 18 different countries cycled with me on this journey. And finally, I was so proud to carry the tricolor and finish in the town hall in Hamburg, Germany. Again, you may all think like, why tandem bicycle? Why cycle with two seats with no one sitting in the bicycle? Again, when you go and follow your dreams and passion, you have to be very, very creative to see how different I can do something than what is already there. So everyone is cycling, everyone goes cycling around the world. But in this case, I was fundraising to rescue children from sex trafficking and people from bonded labor slavery. It's not a one man's job. We need all the people of the world to join you on this mission and fight for this cause. So when I was thinking, how can I accomplish this? I thought about this idea to do this on a tandem bicycle because it raises a lot of question and curiosity, right? So imagine you are walking on the road and you are seeing me cycling on this bicycle with no one sitting in the back seat. You will immediately start thinking, what happened? Who is this guy? Why is he riding a tandem bicycle? And especially, why is no one sitting in the back seat? You know what? 100% of the time, most of the time, everyone thinks my girlfriend is missing. Maybe she fell off the bicycle, maybe she was very tired, or maybe she fought with me and she just left. But everyone stops you and they ask you, what's going on? When I was crossing across India, everyone will be like, sir, enga sir poringa? Pinnadi aalu yarume illa. Then I'll tell them why you're doing, in the Kuttarumethanadapati, human trafficking. I'll explain them and I'll make a very, very humble request. Can you also join me in this adventure? உங்களாலையும் help பண்ண முடியும். You can help me as well. So நீங்க பண்ண வேண்டியதெல்லாம் just sit on the bicycle and pedal with me however long you want. And when you go home, you do fundraising. You tell this thing to 5 other people. If you see anywhere human trafficking happen, don't worry, just report about it. And you want to create more people to join you on this expedition because a problem like this, we need a lot of people to join you. 40 million people in slavery right now. This is called the modern day slavery, where you don't see them in chains, but you see them right under your nose working in brick labors, girls trafficked into the sex industry. In all forms, human modern slavery exists. So I finished it, and we raised nearly 15 lakhs on this adventure that went to help bonded labor slavery people that we rescued from Vellore, Kanchipuram, and other districts. So the money will go towards their rehabilitation, their empowerment efforts, and also for their basic life. So that's what we achieved. So again, when I was standing there with the Indian flag, I was just thinking, this was almost a 2 year in planning, whole plan. But there was so much of roadblocks, so much of adversity, so many challenges, but somehow overcame all of them. And I wouldn't say I did it all by myself. All the beautiful people that I showed you, they really helped me to get this accomplished.